This is Gil from Stolen Babies, and we're here at Irving Plaza, sold out show with Stone Sour. It's great to be here. Put your horns up. See you next time.
We're here at Irving Plaza, New York City, where Stone Sour Pop people and Stolen Babies have taken over this amazing city. Another show, man. You guys have been very busy in the last years. I think the third time that we run, like we crossed paths in the last year. I love it, man. How you been, brother?
Great, very good. Busy, staying busy.
And hey, man, how do you guys find some sort of sanity when you're always on the road? You go home for a little bit and then you go back out. So what are some of the, maybe, not entirely the tricks, but what are some of the things that you guys do at home and then when you're on the road to be able to kind of balance, you know, real life and musician life?
Like you said, real life, you know, just getting out of tour mode, spending time with our families, and just getting into our normal routines. You know, I'm in my studio a lot, I do sessions, hang with friends when I have time, and, you know, spend time with my little dog. And, you know, it's good to decompress. You know, when you're on the road for so long, it's just like, feels like you're gonna go fucking crazy sometimes, you know? But luckily with us, we're a family, you know, so it's not like we get on each other's nerves or anything. That happens with other bands that we see, and they can barely get through a tour without fucking wanting to kill each other. But we're cool, we have a routine, you know, we just like mentally prepare for it. When we're in tour mode, we focus, we get into tour mode, and when we're off, we're off. We're not even thinking about touring. And this tour, you know, we didn't even expect it. We just did 7 weeks direct support with OTEP, and that was great for us. And we were planning on just working on our new stuff and taking the winter off and going out in March as a headlining tour with new music. But like, I think the night before Thanksgiving, we got an email from our agent saying we got this Stone Sour tour. They chose us to be on this tour. So of course we weren't going to say no to that. So then it was, again, you know, we had in mind to be off for like a few months at least, and we were mentally prepared to just wind down and be in like writing mode. But then we were like, fuck, we're going back out in like less than a month. So we just had to, you know, get back in that zone mentally.
So the plans changed a little bit and we can blame Corey and Stone Sour for that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, it's not a bad problem, you know, we really appreciate them. Like, they really did handpick us for this tour. It wasn't some politics or us trying to fucking get some, you know, buy on or whatever. It was very unexpected, and they chose us for this tour, so it's an honor, you know. It's great. It's great to be here and have this opportunity. Every show is pretty much sold out. It's crazy.
And you mentioned some new music. Did you actually already get to write some stuff, or I mean, where's that standing right now?
Yeah, we have some material on deck for sure. We have a handful of new songs. Some have been rehearsed, and other stuff is just not quite there yet, which we can't wait to jump in. You know, it's just little ideas, but I'm excited. I can't wait to hear our new stuff, you know, and then record it too. So it'll be good.
And what are some of the main differences when you guys create music in the rehearsal room, then record it, and then to play them live? What are maybe some of the changes that you guys go through in order to be able to like deliver the songs from the record to the stage?
Yeah, that's a good question. We usually like to play songs first live before we record them, because we've noticed they evolve live. So we could have these songs that we think arrangement-wise and just certain and parts-wise are just perfect. We record them, but then we tour them and we're like, we play them a different way, or the energy changes, or even a tempo, you know? We can hear it in the studio one way, but then when we play it live, we might want to feel it faster or even slower. So then we're like, shit, we should have recorded it that way. So for us, usually we like to, play them together in the room and then do some pre-production, record them, listen to them back, do some shows. Even if it's not a full tour, we could do a couple one-off headliners or something. Test the new stuff out, see how the crowd reacts to them, and then we kind of feel it out ourselves. So it's a process like that.
And obviously, you're in the band with your brother. Growing up, who were maybe the brothers in some band that you kind of said, you know what, those are our kind of quote-unquote idols? Because obviously you guys have a different dynamic than most bands out there.
Yeah. Being not only brothers, but identical twins, we've had a lot of sibling explosions, I guess. But I guess now that we're older, we've kind of chilled out. We don't really break holes in walls and throw chairs at each other and shit. That did used to happen. But, the Van Halen brothers, Fish and Norwood from Fishbone, they're buddies of ours and our early mentors. They're brothers, so that's cool. Rhythm section. I don't really know any other twin brother rhythm sections to compare us to. But yeah, so it's cool definitely having that dynamic. And now that we're playing as a three-piece band, it's even tighter, It's just me and my brother and Dominique, and we've always been like the core of the band, and to just have us three be on stage now, it's really cool. It feels right.
And was there any, obviously there was sibling rivalry, like all siblings, but as far as like picking up the instruments, who did what first, and maybe you fought over the drums, over the guitar, anything like that happen?
That's funny you ask, because in the 8th grade, I got an acoustic guitar from this kid, and he just like gave it to me. I guess he stole it from someone, and he gave it to me, and I was just messing around, trying to play with it, and then my brother Rani, he just like took the guitar out of my hands and just started playing. I've never seen anything like it, This is way before YouTube, where you could see all the little kids fucking shredding. So I saw him just pick it up, and he had this natural gift. His fingers just went to where they needed to go. He heard things by ear, just started figuring shit out. So I was like, fine, you do that. You play guitar. And then maybe weeks, not even weeks later, I end up behind a drum set for the first time. Didn't have any expectations. Just said, I want to try that. Sat down and just started playing time. And it just worked. Everything was coordinated. I was playing a beat. And just the feeling I had, that was it. I just knew it. So it made sense. So he played bass and guitar, and I played drums.
It all fell into place.
Yeah, that's how it was meant to be. So, twin brother rhythm section right there.
And I know you guys are a very hands-on band, very DIY. What are some of the tips that you can give the folks watching? Because obviously, there's always somebody watching out there for tips that are, can help them not only to get established, but if they're already established, what they can do differently.
Yeah, just don't be afraid. The first thing that I'd say is don't be afraid to do it yourself. So many people think they have to get noticed by record labels, whatever the fuck that means these days. You know what I mean? It's like those days are gone anyway. Just get out there and do it yourself. Book shows. Don't expect things to be handed to you. Don't, if you have a bunch of kids that are your friends in high school and they come to support you, that's fine, that's great. That's a way that you could build it up if you're younger. If you're older, hand out flyers, get out there, promote your band, go to shows, hand out flyers, do work. All these people are lazy. They want the benefits, they want to reap the rewards and shit, but they don't want to put the work in. Or they think they're owed something. Oh, we've rehearsed 10 times this month. We should be touring with Stone Sour. It's like people just need to not be clouded by what the end result is. They need to focus on that journey, on building it, Stolen Babies chooses to be an independent band, and we're kicking ass. We have an amazing agent. He's part of our team, and it's basically us and him. And we're doing something different as well. So right away you get resistance because we're not the cookie cutter shit. We're not trying to be this band. We're not trying to be that band. We just do what we do, what comes natural. And of course you're going to get resistance. People, when they get hit with something new, they either don't know, like, is it okay to like this? So bands think like they have to copy other bands of what's big. They have to try to sound to get somewhere. Just don't be afraid to be yourself and work hard. And if your heart's in the right place and you put the energy in, shit'll happen. It will happen.
Absolutely, patience, perseverance, and most importantly, they gotta understand that it's a music business. It's the music business. It is a business, so you gotta run it as such.
You need to know that, yeah, and you need to, have people. If you don't have a manager, just ask questions to other bands, bigger bands. Just pay attention. Keep your eyes open to how things work. A lot of bands, beginning bands that might open tours or whatever, just have no concept of etiquette. Like, or they think they're the rock stars, and it's like there's a million other bands that would love to get the slot they might have, or some bands are totally against doing pay to play, which I agree. In the beginning we came up, we sold tickets and shit, whatever, but that was part of paying your dues. But that right there, it's like bands need to pay their dues. That overnight bullshit doesn't happen unless it's like a fluke. But then what happens to those people's careers afterwards? There's no longevity. So it depends what you want. If some people just want to work so hard to be noticed, to be rock stars or have this kind of presence that people recognize them, if they're in it for that, those people don't care about longevity. They just want to be seen. I don't respect that. I have no respect for people like that. But people that want to work hard and their heart's in the right place and they truly do it because they love music, that they would do it whether they're selling out arenas or whether no one even hears their stuff. Those are the people I respect. Those are the kind of bands we want to have open for us when we headline. So that's what I tell people. Be yourself and work hard.
And hey, you're one of the hardest drummers in the business, playing wise and of course working wise. You're always busy. Anything that we tell them about? Obviously, last time we spoke about the project with Chino. Yeah. Anything else that you want to tell them about?
Well, that is coming along. I just tracked before the OTEP tour, I tracked a whole album's worth of songs, and we're going to be working on that in between our downtime. It's with members of Chuck Doom from Crosses, who's also a part of it, Todd from Team Sleep. And it's a very cool, we're just friends, we're good friends and we have chemistry playing music together, and we were like, let's do some shit. So we have the songs written and stuff. I'm sure at some point we're gonna play live together. I just tracked drums for a very big record with before this tour, 2 days before I left, and I can't wait to announce it. I guess I can mention it, but I'd rather not yet. That we'll save it for the next interview.
We don't want to get you in trouble, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, it's a huge opportunity, and I'm very excited about it. So that, it's staying busy with other sessions. It's cool. I get asked to do a lot of clinics and stuff. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy, sharing that, stories about my path, because like I tell people, whether it's an individual musician or a band, everybody has their own path. You can't follow exactly what this band did or what that band did or what this person did. It's like, watch a fucking marathon of Behind the Music on VH1. Every single story's different. How this band got discovered, how this person got discovered, how this person used to produce and then they became an artist and this and that. It's like everybody does their own thing. So I'm staying busy, doing all these things kind of land in my lap. But at the same time, I always keep Stolen Babies a priority because it's my band that we've built from the ground up, and we're growing, and there's a buzz. And, if there wasn't, it would be more like a hobby, But it's not. I really believe in what we do. And so I got to balance that out with a career as a session drummer and a clinician and all that other stuff. It's definitely a blessing to be in the position I'm in, to even be recognized by companies. When I was 13, 14, 15 and so on, dreaming, looking at the pages of Modern Drummer and shit, and just even wishing one day these companies would know who I am. And now it's, it's awesome. I can wear this sweatshirt and Zildjian knows who I am. They gave this to me for free.